I take it English ain't your mother tongue.
I just wanted to see the dolphins up close.
Buy a postcard.
And the most incredible thing about the giant sea turtles we just saw is the way they find their way back to the very beach on which they were born just to lay their eggs.
Have you been? To the North Pole?
Now that means no matter where they are in the world, they will find their way back to that very same stretch of sand. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have difficulty in just remembering my phone number.
This guy is a real cracker.
And sea turtles aren't the only ones. Many of the ocean's creatures have phenomenally advanced radar. In fact, the heck with the tour. You know what we ought to do? We should get some of these radar specialists to lead us to some buried treasure. That way we could all afford to have somebody else worry about our phone numbers for us. Huh? Are there any questions before we move on?
Yes, Dr. Barnard.
Yes.
You communicate with dolphins here, don't you?
Yes, we do. In fact, man has been communicating with the dolphin for more than a decade now.
Yeah, well, I was wondering what exactly happens to them when they first arrive here.
Well, after we take their luggage and check them in at the front desk, we put them in a speech class. Language skills, mostly. We try to turn them into real chatterboxes, see what's on their minds.
Well, more along the lines of their exact training. I mean, does it upset them? Is it very strenuous?
Come on, Matt. Give him a break. He'll get to it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matthew. I'll give you the name of some books a little later on. Deal? Terrific. Now, let's move on to the killer whales.
Relax, Matthew, relax. Tension has a negative effect on Nordic soup. I had to beg my grandmother for this recipe. She'd have more respect for regional cooking. No one else on this planet could possibly make it.
Or eat it.
You are in a bad mood today. Now.
Shep, I spoke with the dolphin today. She cried for help, called me right to her tank. Desperate.
That's good. I told you your abilities would keep on growing. Picking up thoughts from other species was inevitable.
Yeah, but this Dr. Barnum showed us 2 tanks with dolphins, but not the restricted one with Susie.
Matthew, Susie could be sick. It could be a training tank. Any number of things. 1 bowl or 2.
That dolphin needs help, and I'm not going to ignore it, Shep. There's got to be something we can do about this.
Well, we could do what anyone would do if they were from the planet Earth. We call the Department of Animal Regulations, but you would have to stay out of it. We cannot risk exposure. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Now, I will leave the kitchen to you and your hot dogs. Ah, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Regulation is going to be here in about half an hour. They're going to want blood samples of the restricted tank. So I want these 3 moved in there, and I want Susie moved in here.
She wouldn't know a hoop if she hit one. What happens to the next show?
We'll just make it late. Blood samples of Susie are going to give us away. And the management around here will not condone what I'm doing.
You got it.
Lee, I I appreciate you sticking with me like this, and I promise it won't be too much longer. One more thing. Could you staple the security a little tighter around here?
Why? What's happened?
The kid got a little too close to Susie yesterday while I was lecturing.
Won't the added security attract attention?
No, I don't think so. We'll just tell management that we got an anonymous call threatening the Penguins. By the way, let's not lose it in the ninth, huh?